let's do a review of the interior of a Ford Fiesta, 2014 Ford Fiesta, the trend trim level. I think in Europe it's called the Z-Tech trim level. I don't know. Anyway, the space, I'm 1.8 meters tall, but I can perfectly fit and even stretch my legs here. But the passengers at the back will be equally comfortable. I've carried passengers for hundreds of kilometers and they never complained. This car is spacious, contrary to the reviews that I saw on YouTube before I bought it. So don't believe things you hear on the reviews. Go out there and test drive for yourself. It has a fantastic stereo. This is the standard stereo, not the Sony stereo, but it has a fantastic stereo, It's fantastic. It has a good bass. I mean, there's no need to upgrade it. You even have the USB and the auxiliary port here. The complaints, though, that I have about this car would be the aircon. This seemingly cheap aircon system. This is the manual aircon. It's very loud. I mean, so loud. I don't know if it is like this on all the Ford Fiestas, but listen to this. I can barely feel any air here, but it's already hissing. So this level of setting is not sufficient. I have to put it at least somewhere here. So this is far louder than I'm used to, But I will get used to it, I guess. But it still bugs me. I don't know why the fan is so loud and inefficient. I can barely feel anything here, but it's loud. So loud. In the menu here, we have some vehicle settings. System check, you can check here if you can perform a diagnosis for any faults which are in the car. Vehicle settings, traction control, hill assist. This thing actually, I think it works only for very steep slopes, but generally on the road the car can still roll back and the hill assist will not kick in, so you more or less have to drive as usual. This hill assist, it doesn't mean anything. Lane change indicator flashed 3 times. It means that when I want to change the lane, I check what is going on, and when I want to overtake, I just tap the indicator and it will flash 3 times and stop. Let's continue looking at the menu. Now we have the Ford Eco mode. I'm a very economic driver. I continuously check or update myself on the internet on how to drive economically. So I always get this 5 stars for gear shifting, anticipation, speed. I do all the right things. And economic driving also coincides with defensive driving, which means that I'm safe as well as saving on fuel. This particular car is a 1.6 liter turbo diesel. So it is said to achieve a city mileage of around 4.5 liters per 100 kilometer, and this is exactly what I'm achieving in the city, 4.4 liters per 100 kilometers. But I haven't been at my most efficient. Sometimes I even achieve 3 point something liters per 100 kilometers driving on the city. The 1.6 liter turbo diesel is said to achieve the most efficiency out of all Ford Fiestas, and its quoted mileage for the highway is 3 liters per 100 kilometer. What I can say is that you can achieve 3 liters per 100 kilometer only if you are doing the speed of less than 80 kilometers per hour. If you start to pass 80 kilometers per hour, you will not achieve 3 liters per 100 kilometer. In fact, you will still achieve this 4.4 liters per 100 kilometer, or even more than this on the highway. I mean, the highway speed of 100 kilometers per hour or 120 kilometers, I'm achieving the same mpg as the one that I achieve on the city, which is very strange. You know, I expected this car to fail in the city, not in the highway, but somehow it's failing in the highway. One other complaint I have is that there's a lot of road noise for the Ford Fiesta. It seems like they didn't even bother with insulation. It's just so loud, you know. And this being an economic package, the aircon, when you switch it on, it's not even economic. It just turns on and runs all the time. I know for other economic cars, the aircon will switch on maybe for 1 minute, then the other minute it will be off, then the other minute it's on. Like my previous car, it used to do that when you turn the economic mode on. But for this car, nah, it just runs continuously full time, even though they are said to be trying to be as economic as possible on this car. I don't know why they would put this. So I never put the aircon on. Instead, I open the windows. You know, they say the aircon, the windows decreases the fuel efficiency, but you don't necessarily have to have the windows completely down. Just this much is enough to give you comfort that you need. So when we talk about windows down, we don't mean windows completely fully down. Just this little bit is enough, and it can't affect the aerodynamics of the car. Now let me start up this diesel engine and let's see how it sounds. On the reviews on YouTube, they said the diesel engine is loud, blah blah blah, but in my experience it's not even loud. In fact, when you start to go at a high speed, something bizarre happens. The engine quietens down. It becomes almost silent at very high speed. It's even more silent than the other petrol cars that I've used. The engine, of course, is a bit loud after the car has just started, but afterwards the engine now will become a little bit more quiet. So you can see you can hear the usual growling which is the characteristics of the diesel, but it's growling but it's not loud. When driving, I typically would keep my rev count between here and 2. So the way I achieve high efficiency rating is that whenever my rev count comes here, I will shift to the next highest gear. So my rev count never goes above 2. So it's still okay, even if I know diesel engines, they don't want to rev at low RPMs, but it's still good enough. The manual says as long as I keep the rev count between 1.5 and 2.5, then the diesel engine will be happy about it. Okay. What else can we say about the Fiesta besides bragging here and showing off my eco trophy? Okay, let me shut it down.